Is this song called Tear? Is this song called Tear? Will I know by the end of the song? Probably not. Let's go anyway! Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on various other social media platforms, including Patreon, and I'll put the handles down below and over there, over there. I don't know what that was. But anyway, now if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to bonus features like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series, so consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, we are going to go and listen to some BTS. It's been a while, so I have chosen Tear or Tear live performance. It's the outro. I don't know where this is filmed, I know nothing other than the title. So let's go and have a listen and see what we think. Oh, that's loud, that crowd. Cool lights.
나도 모르게 내 눈동이 입혀 제 내비치 못할 얘기들을 흐르고 미리는 나 어두운 느낌 내게 넌 한때는 나이들 하지만 이제 숙이만 돼 때리는 짝 혐오로 원하지 심장을 스치는 바람에.
Okay, so RM starting off here, and this is kind of quite a pushed sound. Ha ha ha, like that. So you think it's quite glottal. It also has quite a lot of rasp to it, and it's still in quite a mid place, pushing onto a higher larynx though, so you get that brightness of sound. I feel like that tone could be a byproduct of the speed, just the sheer speed that he has to get those lyrics out, kind of pushes and drives that intensity, which gives you that kind of raspy, kind of just laboured sound. It's really cool, like it. So you can hear there's a little bit of false vocal fold interaction. I don't want to say it's like a constriction, but you can definitely hear a little bit of that grit coming through. And your false vocal folds sit above your true vocal folds. So if they're not retracted, as the air leaves your voice box, it's gonna meet them and create that kind of textured sound. That tells me that he's keeping this in quite a relaxed place, very close to where his speech would be, where you're not having to concentrate to get those folds out of the way. And I mean, he's got a lot to concentrate on as it is, because this is super, super fast. He's eating every single syllable, every consonant, every vowel. He's attacking it really, really well. Not a lot of people can rap that fast. Not a lot of people can rap at all. But very, very well done. So J-Hope, I'm sure I've got it right this time. So you can hear at the top end of his phrases, there's a little bit more tone that's coming through. It's less speechy. But that singing on top of what's already quite a laboured sound gives you that turn of emotion. I'll make a really ugly sound, so I apologize, but it's like ah ah ah, like that kind of sound on the top of what he's rapping. When you mix those two elements together, you get that really cool kind of torn, very, very emotional sound. I'm not trying to say that horrible thing I did is what he sounds like at the moment, but when you mix straight rapping with elements of that, then you get this lovely combination. So I don't know what he's rapping, otherwise I would try and do it too, is what I'm trying to say. But very good. So Suga was rapping, but someone was rapping at the same time as him. They were matching really, really well. You could tell he dropped out in one of the last lines, but it kept going. So I think it was him and J-Hope together. I could be wrong. Could have been all three of them for all I know. But from what I heard there, it just sounds very relaxed, very mid-place, very speechy. A little bit like RM, but maybe more in a mid-larynx position. So he wasn't getting that brightness of tone. It was quite a uniform kind of sound. Kind of sits in the middle of the three, and that kind of holds everything together. Nice, good. So Suga's now singing, I think, maybe with J-Hope. I'm not too sure. Again, this is quite mid-place. Da 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 ba da ba. It's a high-ish note, higher than your normal speech would be, I would say. But he's still keeping it into that conversational kind of element with that mid-place larynx. So it's very, very easy to listen to. It's very authentic sounding, like he's talking directly to you. Amazing, good. You can hear Suga, I think I've mentioned this before, he takes really sharp breaths. He goes, they're almost included in the vocal itself, so they're there on purpose. A short, sharp intake of breath doesn't fill your lungs up as much as you would think it would, because it's quite clavicle based. Everything fills up at the top end. If you take a diaphragmatic breath where you let your stomach drop and let that entire lobe at the bottom fill up, then you're going to have a lot more air to work with. But when you're rapping, you sometimes don't have the luxury of time to take a breath that size. So what I think he's doing is taking short, sharp breaths to kind of keep the tank moderately full. But he is definitely putting those sounds in to accent the fact that he's taking big breaths, and it kind of gives the impression that he's putting in more effort than he necessarily is, because I'm pretty sure he's quite used to and adept at rapping. So adding in that little bit of adds in this kind of element of, oh, he's really, really struggling to get there, but I don't think he is. I think it's an actual vocal nuance that he's adding in to kind of aid the performance. Listen to how glottal RM is being. Now, glottal is when your vocal basically like attacks. It's punchy. Like that. You can actually feel your vocal folds closing and opening really abruptly when you do that. Just try going. It's a weird thing to ask someone to do, I know. But you'll actually feel some activity in here, and that is your vocal folds closing over and over and over again. That glottal stop is something that RM uses to great effect because it feels like every line that he sings or raps is like a punch or like a shot from a cannon. It's really, really effective. I'm also just realizing I don't think that there's any of the singing unit in this. I really need to check what it is I'm watching before I hit play, don't I? But anyway, we haven't had a rap line video in a while, so let's just do it. Let's do it. This is besides the point, but these lyrics are like super deep for what sounds like a pretty like grungy track. So like very, very emotional and really well written. It's like prose, you know. Sometimes rap can be very like street and quite colloquial. This is very, very embellished. I used a lot of fancy words there, but hopefully you get what I mean. It's like flowerier than your average rap that you would get over here, is what I'm trying to say. Cue the comments flooding with like emotional rap links down here, but besides the point, let's keep going. Oh, hey, that was great, cool. I was about to pause like right before the end and I was like, wait, I feel like this is going to end. I actually caught it this time, well done me. That was so good. I mean, there was no singing line there, so it was a pure rap line song, which someone probably told me about 1,000,000 years ago, but hey, it's fine. I love how each of the guys brings like an emotional intensity and they use a lot of vocal traits to get there. A lot of gravel, a lot of texture, a lot of cry on top of what is already a super fast rap. So they're all really, really good at what they do. Like, they're no vocal slouches, even though they specialize in rap. So I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we gonna buy this one? I don't know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And if you liked what you saw today, here and now, then sub right here, sub right here. I'm going, bye.